It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word.
We on a mission and that's bringing y'all the truth. You know the problem, but we get into the root. The devil watching, yeah, he always on pursuit. But Jesus is our rock, so we shall not be moved. We on a winning team, so we can't lose. We say facts, cause we hitting y'all with proof. Started from the bottom, now we standing on the roof. As God as our witness, we gon' make it to the moon. When you want the truth, the world be hiding it. This the real word, we providing it. We got Ace, BK, Truth, Rick Star, and we plan to make a movie like it's Pixar. We came a long way from the plantation. We just tryna save your souls from damnation. So if you down with the message, tune in every week. It will lead you to the message that you seek.
It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word. It's the real word.
Welcome to The Real Word Season 8, Episode 13. Shout out to everybody for watching. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting. Shout out to everybody that has helped us to get this far. Shout out to everybody that follow us on Instagram at The Real Word Ministries Inc. on Instagram. That's at The Real Word Ministries Inc. on Instagram. The www.facebook.com/TheRealWord7, The Real Word 7 like Mike Vick, or The Real Word Ministries Inc. on Facebook. Also catch us on YouTube at The Real Word TV, The Real Word TV, one word on YouTube. Oh, is Brooklyn in the house? Gotta keep putting
Brooklyn up to 7.
Oh, the 7.
Definitely Brooklyn in the house. Everyone in here, Brooklyn?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Brooklyn in the house.
And also catch us on podcasts on Apple, Spotify, and Pandora. Also, we're having a big clothing drive in Jamaica, Queens next month. So that'll be August 14th. So shout out to everybody else that's supporting, and shout out to the whole summer youth program, because we're working with the summer youth program, and that's the kids that are putting this event together. So shout out to y'all. I'm here with my co-host. Introduce yourself.
It's your boy BK Truth, Kimmel Hall. Oh yeah, I got my Instagram back, BK Truth. 1991, we good to go.
Oh, they let you out of Instagram, yeah? They trying a little bootsy you?
I had to change my name, man.
They trying a little bootsy you?
I had to change my name.
It's that simple though.
Nah, I lost my password and I could never get it back. I couldn't do the Facebook recovery. Nothing was working.
Wow, crazy. And that finally worked?
Well, I was able to change the Instagram name now. I just created a new one and
just
changed the name. Yeah,
wow.
That was the plan.
Alright. And we in the house with a legendary OG in the building. Introduce yourself, sir.
Yo, it's your boy Ant. How you doing today? Thank you for being here.
Thank you for watching.
You already know. And we with a very special guest, my childhood friend. Introduce yourself, sir.
This is Shamar. It's great to be here. It's been a minute.
Alright. So let's dive right into it. You got the basketball jersey. I know Ant like politics, and I know you like conspiracy theories. So let's use this one that combines everything.
Down.
So, what y'all think about the Brittany Griner situation? She's in Russia, right? But she broke the law by bringing the vape pen smoking bud. But a lot of people feel like America is not doing enough to bring her back home quick, and they compare it to Donald Trump and ASAP Rocky. He was able to get ASAP Rocky back quick, and they feel like
they're like, why Biden not having that pull?
Yeah, exactly. So, but also Putin's looking at it like, we're at war with these people that you're so supporting, and it's making it hard on me. So you're showing me that you're the enemy. So why should I do you any favors?
And just because they don't want to give you back, we don't care. Like, you already with them anyway. Like,
yeah, pretty much. Do something about it. I ain't gonna do something.
Pretty much. Like I remember it like it was yesterday.
Trump was a gangster. Of course he got pulled to do stuff like that.
No, but it's different situations though. Cause, like I remember it like it was yesterday. Like the day Putin attacked, I remember going home and my wife was like, "War in Ukraine." I'm like, Putin's probably doing a military operation. They already started to pull the troops out the other day. I'm like, she's like, "No, he attacked." Pulled out my phone, looked it up. I'm like, oh my God, like what is he thinking? Like at that point, at that point, like, there are no favors that anyone can expect from Russia or anyone from that side. Yo, we literally, like, they did something that us as the United States of America have done. They decided to attack a sovereign territory. We did the same thing in Iraq. They did not intervene.
Holy Land.
Yeah, they didn't
turn into Holy Land.
They did not intervene or do anything about it. You know, we said that, you know, they attacked us for 9/11. Putin decided that, you know what, Ukraine got terrorists too, and I'm gonna go in there and clean it up. That we could say that he's lying. We know that he was, but that's the reason that he said. But we interfered in it. We sanctioned them. We basically decided that we would tank their economy. At that point, Brittany should have understood what was happening, you know. Like even if you're walking around, even if she wasn't even going to an airport, she should have cleaned herself up. Like, I'm sorry she's going through that situation, but Russia was looking for that. Like, they wanted that bullet. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, they've made calls to try to get her out, but
it's all politics.
Russia probably made some crazy demands that they're not moving from, and they necessarily do not have to move from, because, like, as Raycon said, like, she broke the law.
So do you feel like she's a political prisoner?
Absolutely. Like any
House of Cards.
like any other situation, you know, and like, you know, and normal civilian will probably do some kind of time and be out. Like, you know, it's just a cartridge that was found, but like they're gonna push this to the extreme. It won't stop. It won't stop. I mean, at some point, we'll probably have enough leverage to offer something to get her out, but right now, yeah, like, he's probably asking to lift sections. Like, that's probably what they're asking for. Like,
Is she worth it?
But this is the question the question the U.S. government has to answer. Like, you know, like I said, I feel sorry she's going through it. Like, but I can't criticize the administration in the sense to say that they're not doing enough, because, like, literally, like, we're just not fighting a physical war, but we're at war. So technically, like we chose a side.
Inflation is letting us know.
We chose a side.
I was listening to Matt Hoffa's podcast, and one of the things that they were saying was Brittany Griner, she's a black woman and she's a member of the LGBT community. Where are the both of them? You would think that the both of them would come together as one, since they hold so much leverage in America, and they would go together and try to make at least some noise to try to free her.
You're talking about two groups who holds no weight whatsoever on that other side, like whatsoever.
Who they calling out to? We need to get together. Hey, nobody out there will get together.
Nah, because, like, yo,
but they'll die.
Russia's MCA laws, like, they are not, you know, trying to hide their position. You know, like, they let you know, like, you know, like, don't show it. Like, you know, what you do in your bedroom is okay, but don't be kissing in public. Don't be holding hands. Like, that's laws on the book.
That's real fact.
So
that's how the Caribbean grew up.
So like, it's a tough situation she finds herself in, but she's definitely a political prisoner at this point. Like, they're just using the situation. You know, they're using her as bait. It's very unfortunate.
Bait for war?
Huh?
Bait for war?
Pretty much. They want us to do something stupid.
Entertainment.
They're looking for it. You know, they're looking for it.
America's not about to bust no guns.
We can't. Like, like, literally, like 20 years back, like history will be said, like, we literally went to war, like, over, like, you know,
the dumbest.
A player, like, breaking the law in another country.
It's not gonna be a good look for
it. Won't be. It won't be. Especially with the problems that we're dealing with here.
But no one takes America seriously anymore, because they said that Russia interfered in the American election and no one did anything.
I mean, but Russia interfered in a whole bunch of other people's election, and America interfered in other people's election all the time too. So
Yeah.
like all that, like Bolton was on TV the other day, said the quiet part out loud, like literally said it. As someone who conducted coup d'états in other places, not here. I'll tell you, like, it takes somebody smart to do it. Like, you're talking about somebody who's like worked in U.S. administrations for the past 20 years. He just wasn't part of the Obama administration. That's it. Like, literally saying, yeah, I did coup d'états
In America.
Not in America, in other places. Literally saying, like, the United States government orchestrated coup d'états in other places, and
Of course they do it.
exactly, but
They didn't hear you from
but
everybody.
no,
Multiple
but
times.
they
It was a secret.
will always deny that. But now we have like someone on
not that they
live
always
TV
it's not
saying
that-
like, "Yes, I did."
It's not that they denied it. It's that they didn't admit to it.
Yeah,
They made it blatant.
they will always like you. If you ask anybody like officially on record, they'll tell you, no.
They can't say
Yeah, we had nothing to do with that. Like that's what they'll tell you. But like, so we can, we can take it personal. Like we can send warnings, but at the same time, like you know, we interfere in other people's elections all the time too, man. So like I said, where we are right now, like there are more problems that we have to fix, like within the country. That like
Give me one.
like the economy is like number one at this point. Like
I mean, finances.
I don't
Pretty
think
much.
the economy gonna get fixed anytime soon, to be honest with you.
I
This might be
mean,
the new norm. Last time
New
we had,
norm, like
the
this.
last time we had something like this, they said they was gonna bring it down.
I think it's
They
gonna be
didn't.
worse than 2028.
2008, absolutely. I mean, this like
Yes.
I've
This is the new
been
norm.
I've been looking and looking and looking and looking. It's like
The inflation happened because of all the money that was printed in those last 2 years just to keep everything open. It's like they paid niggas to stay
I
home.
would say no. I would say no to that. Like
Why?
because the Federal Reserve been putting money into the economy since 2008.
But they said
Like,
that
they
more money was
used it,
printed in the last 2 years than it's been printed in the history of money.
Absolutely.
But it's like
that I agree with.
So
It's
it's,
like
gonna
a
be
rubber
vacuum.
band.
Yeah,
It's like
So-
a rubber band. The more debt they created, now pretty much all the prices rise.
that's why everything rises.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
I
gonna
say to
stay
that,
like this
but
level.
it's not just that we printed more money than ever. Like we already had money on the balance sheet,
digitally too.
so we already had money on the balance, like over $5 trillion on the balance sheet,
There's
and
a
we
place-
added more.
There's a place in Manhattan where you go and there's this long ticket and it tells you the debt that's owed.
I own
So-
stock.
Yeah, it tells you the debt that we owe because we owe theirs.
Yeah.
We owe China. In fact, I think.
A whole bunch of other people are like got U.S. bonds that we also like. But like I said, like we have to look at it at this point. Like
The money
this is
nowadays-
pretty much like the fall of the Roman Empire.
You think America gonna fall?
Not really America.
I think
It's the
America has
dollar.
fallen.
You think so?
I think with Biden, it's clipped, bro.
Like, but
No one
it-
takes him seriously. No one taking America seriously
But
right now.
it's-
If y'all think it was
it's
bad
not-
with Trump, it's
but
worse now.
It's not really even about Biden. Like, if you look at it, like somebody like Joe Manchin, right? Manchin goes on TV all the time. Like, he doesn't even like fear anything. Like he's willing to go and say, like, yeah, I'll take the president's agenda. Like, I don't really care. Like, he'll go and say it. But it's like it's not really Biden. Like, when you look at it, it's like money's been running politics forever. We've never done a thing about it.
Goods, man.
And then it's like,
That's the world, man.
with
Gotta
everything
make
that's been
trades.
going on the past 10 years, we've shown that, like, we're not willing to do a pretty much thing about it. Like,
America
literally,
gonna
like,
fall, man.
pretty much, like, yo, we have people that attacked the Capitol based on, like, an opinion. And then, like, 3 months later, people are telling you, oh, no, that's not what happened. As if we didn't see it. Like, at that point, like, what are you telling me about taking America seriously? Like, yo, like, this is literally what happens in third world countries. Like, stuff that we look at over here and criticize all the time.
But they hit a lot of stuff too, because the details was really crazy. They like took feces, smeared it on the wall.
Yeah, all that.
Flag,
No, but
stuff.
it's like not just that, like.
And it's their feces, like they're doodling in their hands and putting it on the walls, like grown Americans in America.
But poll after poll are showing you, like, faith in institutions is like at an all-time low, like 11%.
Man, I can't be thinking about it. I just clean some baby food. Like, that look right.
Unless they took dog doodle with them in a bag, which one is even more crazy?
I don't want to go down this road.
That was the crazy part.
But even more people in America got a better chance than, you know, in those third world countries and so on. So yeah, every country got homeless people, but in terms of in America, it's like they create the illusion. It's a good illusion because, you know, now they talk about you could be happy and have nothing because of digital world, the cyberspace and so on. Kids ain't even going outside. They playing, you know, on Facebook and the metaverse, getting Gucci outfits on there instead of in real life. And it's making them, you know, feel pleased, you know. That's why crypto blowing up, and once money goes digital, I think America got a head start on a lot of places other than China. You know, China's
leading in that.
Yeah, other than China.
Like, what?
Can't
Like,
touch them right now. Like
our GDP is what, 20 trillion? China is like 14 trillion. But like,
they got cash.
There's like, I can't remember the exact kind of GDP. If you calculate it, China is actually number one. It's like, as far as purchasing power is concerned, like China is actually number one.
And debt. They control us in debt.
And so it's like.
But America good on.
But when you look at it, like when I look back, even as far back as 2018, like when Trump was doing everything that he was doing, and the Democrats were just running on that, like, you know, like, yo, we're gonna go against Trump, blah blah blah, like,
tell me about it.
Construction in the
like Obama knew like Biden was not it. Like when they asked him, he was like, you know, like, Joe don't gotta do this. Like that's what he said. But like when it came to 2020, like last minute, like instead of Bernie,
Biden is not.
Instead of Bernie, like Obama stepped in and he was like, you know, like, hi, like you know. Let me say a word for Joe. So it's like while the Democrats were saying that, oh, Trump is not respecting the presidency, like they showed the amount of respect that they had for the presidency by nominating Joe Biden. Like when they knew he wasn't up to the task. Like what we're seeing right now, like they've been with Joe, huh?
They kind of
they've been with him.
They know that his
they've seen this.
Trump was more productive.
They've seen this. Like they've seen this.
They know his body.
But they figured, you know, they could manage.
Yeah.
But
at least nobody's gonna hate Joe Biden.
That's what the presidency has turned into. Son.
But he's very, very like, who would hire a 70-something-year-old man for any job at this time, bro? Like, no offense to the older people out there, but that's the age where you're supposed to be relaxed. 65 is retirement, bro.
Yeah.
like he should be retired.
Honestly, it's because they'd rather someone we didn't care about than someone we hated. Because people hated Trump on another, you know, there was fights going.
Because he spoke his mind?
Yeah, but so they was like, you know what, let's get a president that nobody's going to hate. But they're not going to care because he's not going to do nothing.
He's like a blue George Bush. Almost.
Pretty much.
Like a lackadaisical person, but a grandpa version. Like a with 30 more
George
years.
Bush
there you go.
No, he wasn't. Who was there for 9/11?
There you go.
George Bush.
George Bush,
right? Yeah. And we got Biden for COVID. Nah, well, after COVID, inflation.
He fell off that bike, right? Like he was getting off a stationary bike.
No,
he fell off.
He kind of tripped though. Like he had his foot. You see how the pedals got that thing like you could put your foot into?
Yeah,
like he had his foot into there. Like he just didn't take it out, so he tripped. But even that, it's like
he fell a few times.
To me,
you make excuses for this one time.
To me, it's like that was more of a. To me, that's like That's
he
a natural.
admitted to himself.
That's a natural
fall.
That's a natural occurrence. That's a natural occurrence. You know, it's like that's not embarrassing. To me, what's embarrassing
When he reads something wrong with the
exactly. To me, like that's embarrassing.
He's like a read like twice. I'm like, you've been reading this thing for the last 30 years, bro. How you got it wrong?
To me, that's funny. Like that's funny. Or like even like even like when he goes like, you know, like when he comes on TV to do an address, it's like, yo, like he's barely getting through it. And it's like, yo,
I don't know what I'm watching. That's
like, yo, like this is who
been watching.
This is who like they told us like we should vote for. So like literally,
it's crazy. There was like how sometimes he be calling other heads of state and they don't pick up the phone.
like crazy.
They wrote a whole article. Yeah, that was like
crazy.
it was like he's calling people. They pick
man is
up.
holding on for dear life.
I don't know.
He will.
What?
It was
another term?
Yeah.
Nah.
Trump not another term. Like he'll make it through this term. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll finish it.
He'll finish.
Look at all the things that happened in the years not even done yet.
He'll finish the 4 years.
I can't take it.
That's what I be telling myself. It's like a whole year.
I'm still gonna say it here live again because you know the secret conspiracy plan is Biden is gonna just pass out and disappear from the world, and Kamala Harris will be the first woman president. That was the blueprint from everybody knew Kamala Harris was more fit to run things.
Have you guys seen Kamala?
We trying to forget about her.
Have you seen Kamala though? Like, have you seen her interviews?
Really.
Like, have you seen her performance? Like, bruh.
I ain't gonna lie, she disappeared.
Bruh,
She's fit.
I think she's been. I think she's been kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
I think she's been. I think she's been kind of embarrassing. Like
both of them.
The crazy thing is,
I think she is going to be.
The crazy thing is, it's like
she is.
Take over.
That's wrong, yep.
The crazy
I
thing
think
is,
gonna survive.
It's like I think all of y'all know exactly like.
That's what I said before. I was like, yo, he's kind of old. Like, he falling on.
You guys saw the video where like Barack Obama went to the White House and it's like no one shook Biden's hand and he's looking confused.
Obama like
he was still the president. And Biden standing around like
Obama's still the leader of the Democrats. Like, but
they just sitting in the back. That's what.
But everything that's been going on though is like complete embarrassment. Like y'all know exactly where I sit on Trump. Like I'll never like cut Trump no slack. Like we needed to get Trump the hell out of there. Yeah. But like
at this cost,
there was just no replacement.
It's costing us a lot.
Bruh.
It's only been $7, bro. I know it costing me.
Bruh.
We ain't talking nothing for finance.
Like
finances,
do y'all actually like realize like what COVID should have been? Like
what it should have been.
We could have had like we're the United States of America, bro. We could have had this.
What do you mean?
We could have had this.
Under
like
control?
we completely forgot. Like when this whole thing was first happening, Trump was just like, nothing is going on. This is all good. He had the data. Like we completely forgive him for that. Like we don't gotta go back. He had the data.
But at the end of the
there
day,
is stuff we could have done.
Bro, at the end of the day,
like son,
it's 2 years later, we all know it was BS, bro. Just, look at, all right.
Conspiracy, what was BS, bro?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you
like,
this.
son,
Look.
The supply chain.
What about all the countries that didn't shut down? Or let's just look at all the states that didn't shut down. Millions of people didn't die, bro. Life kept going on.
Bruh.
There was no diseases.
Bro, not every country shut down. Not every country shut down. You can't tell me every single country shut down.
You gotta show me the numbers of where was immune.
Listen.
Where was immune? Show me those numbers. Because a country like Haiti, son, who had low numbers. My godfather died from COVID. 78 years old.
Yeah, okay, that's
Haiti.
He's 78.
But like I said, when I was here during COVID, what was I saying? When I was here during COVID, what was I saying? I'm like, where's the health campaign? Where is everybody saying like, yo, eat better, take care of yourself?
During COVID,
like
they were
countries where people are eating good and healthy, they get a flu. The next day they wake up, they're fine.
So you're telling me.
So like, the evidence shows that this is a disease that targets the weak. If your immune system is weak, it's taking you. That's why they said the old and the sick. The old and the sick.
And who was to die first? It was all the European countries because they had the oldest populations at first. Look at Italy.
Yes.
Clap. It's done for them. But look at the African nations. They survived. You can't tell me.
I said,
you can't tell me. Look. You can't tell me all the African nations shut down. You can't tell me all the African nations was fully vaccinated. You can't tell me they all got two doses of vaccine and boosters.
Junk, bro.
Come on, bro.
They don't eat junk.
You can't tell me that.
They don't eat junk. Like I said, they don't eat junk. These people are way more healthy. Like I said, in those countries, they have the flu. They wake up the next day. They're okay.
And look at us. We were out for 2 years straight, and we were straight.
I'm not vaccinated. I'm not vaccinated, but when I came here, I was like, people should go get vaccinated because I understood that. You don't believe
it, Jesus. Wait, hold on. You said you're not vaccinated.
I'm not vaccinated.
You're promoting it.
Because I understood that in order for us to have the situation under control, we needed to have enough of the population take the vaccine.
So why not you?
So much?
Because I decided to just
He's like, I'm
take
good.
care of myself. Make sure I drink tea. Make sure I drink tea.
So why
make sure I drink my ginger shots. Like I said.
But why are you throwing away millions of doses of unused vaccines?
Right?
Why are you throwing away millions of unused doses of vaccines?
Why am I throwing away?
No.
That's why.
Why is the U.S. government throwing away millions of doses of unused vaccines?
Because they have an expiration date.
And no one is taking them no more.
Okay, because they have an expiration date.
And we're still here.
People done woke up was like, it's clip for that.
This
Enough
run out in like less than a year.
Enough of the population took the vaccine.
Oh, there we go.
We had.
Hold on.
So you guys are not doing any kind of research, right?
All right.
You guys don't know that, like,
COVID
is not going.
Right there.
COVID is not going away. Like it's
probably been here the whole time.
It's just gonna keep coming back in other variants.
Yeah, like a flu.
Listen, this is not going away.
Just like
so, like you could the
cold never went away. The flu never went away. The steel went away.
This is exactly what I'm saying. Like you could deny this all you want, but like we have like the supply chain like of the entire world, guys. Like listen, Wall Street that never shut down. Look, Wall Street,
that's
when he never sleeps,
down.
Closed.
That's what messed
So you mean to tell me that there was no pandemic? Bruh, Wall Street will not go with Wall Street will not go with no kind of conspiracy.
It was planned, bro.
Wall Street will not go with no kind of conspiracy.
Because it made people broke. People messed up right now.
The stock market
messed up right now.
I can tell you.
So you're saying there's no plan at all.
Plan for what? Explain it to me, guys. Explain it to me.
So
Plan for what?
It's a natural cause of life.
Plan for what?
I don't know, bro. We still haven't
No,
gotten
you
the
can't
full
tell me you don't
information.
We didn't
know.
get the script.
We still haven't got the full
You can't tell me you don't know because
You know that they ran a play on niggas. They did, bro.
What kind of plan?
Bro, just okay.
scheme.
I just need you to calm down. Just calm down, right?
I'm not calm.
I'm gonna walk you back, right?
I'm not calm.
I'm gonna walk you back, right?
I'm very calm.
2 years ago,
Yes.
2 years ago, we was all here sitting in here.
Yes.
Maybe he wasn't here, but the three of us was here.
Yes.
And we was like, we're gonna be okay. We're not gonna jack the mask. We're not gonna jack the jabs. We're just gonna sit here, talk shit like we always been doing.
And life is gonna
Run like we always been doing. And keep it pushing.
Okay.
2 years later, what's going on? The same thing, bro.
Ain't no pandemic.
The only difference is between 2 years ago and 2 years later is between those 2 years, they shut things down. Time went mad fast. People got caught up in the mix, was too scared. Now people waking up and they waking up broke. They're like, what happened?
Guys,
After getting all those
this
stimulus
does not
checks.
make any sense because while you telling me
It doesn't make any sense.
because
That's what
while you
happened.
telling me that people are waking up broke, they ran to play on people.
Yeah, they ran a play on people.
You are going to turn around and tell me that inflation is because they printed more money than ever before.
You know
Where did
right
the money
now-
go?
You know right now, right?
They was giving free money.
Look.
So how they run a play? Remember how they ran a play?
Remember there was
How they ran a play?
Remember there was remember at first it was the gloves, then it was the mask, then it was at one point it was illegal to walk outside in New York with a mask on, and then they had to remove that original law, then put the new mandate where you have to put mask on in public gatherings. Then they went down in levels in schools. First it was the big kids, then the medium kids, then the last one was
Why
the little
are they taking
kids.
their time? If it's a real pandemic, they'll shut everything.
Even though they made the little tiny kids put on the mask last, then they made them take off the mask last.
You forgot the part where the tigers were getting sick from COVID and then it stopped for a week.
Oh yeah.
If they really
Killer bees coming
wanted to stop COVID from the beginning, they could have did the same thing that they was doing to the African countries. Just stop the Asians and the Europeans from coming into America. They could have did that.
That's exactly what I told you.
They could have did that,
ago.
but they didn't.
I told you.
But listen.
Trump had the data, and he was like, "Yo, the market gonna take if we follow this plan. Like,
wait.
everything is fine.
They use the word
no
plan.
pandemic.
But listen to this.
Everything is
Trump's
fine.
plan was going to work if we just ignored it. If we were just to ignore it and keep going, we always did.
We ignored the plan. People started to die.
And
we ignored the plan. People started to die. Right now, you want to tell me that people were not dying? I told you. Call the nurses.
Wait.
They're gonna tell you about
we have a perfect experiment in the United States.
Yeah.
New York and California shut down. We thought everybody was gonna die. Georgia, Florida, and Texas said, "F you, we're gonna stay open."
Hot temperature.
The whole time. The entire time. The entire time.
Hot temperature.
People in Houston, we just talking about it. They lit right now. People in Atlanta, they lit right now. People in Florida, they lit right now. People in New York, like, damn, we missed them stimmies, boy.
Hot temperatures. I think like the pandemic does not spread as much in hot temperatures. Like we knew that. So that's why when the pandemic first happened, I was like, yo, where is the government officials saying like, yo, let's move schools to the summer instead and keep kids in the house during the wintertime.
But it's hot right now though, bro.
And the COVID rise,
and they still scared.
They still talk about the virus is going on.
Like I said,
it's 89 degrees.
COVID is here to stay. There's always gonna be another.
But what about in Florida where they wore no mask? They was open the entire time.
People still died, son. People still died. Like I cannot jack this position. I cannot jack this position that you guys are taking because people died.
It was a part.
Like you guys have to realize, people died.
But people are still outside.
People
You don't still go out now?
Of course.
All right, you
like, I was still going out.
Look. You don't have a mask and you're not vaccinated.
Oh my
You sit here around us right now.
I was still going out.
You're not scared, bro. You're not scared
because I took all the precautions that I needed to take.
Go
wash my hands,
bro. Go
wash my hands.
I didn't see you wash your hands when you walked in.
Because I squeezed the sanitizer before I left the car. I said, it's like, guys, it's like you guys cannot like just deny realities. Like you gotta realize.
So why you sit here without no mask?
No, because like
we're not 6 feet apart.
Because like listen.
Wait, are you afraid that you're gonna catch something?
Guys, listen.
Are we 6 feet apart right now?
Listen,
he's not immune.
He's
like Wall Street sat there and made a whole bunch of money.
They had to get down, bro.
Because
what do you think is gonna happen with the currency?
Because people like me and you, like, just sat down and just debated.
But Wall Street made the bread back. They made the bread back with the bailouts and with the everything
but
else. They made the bread.
But
there's the poor people that didn't make their bread.
How much money
they didn't get the PPP. They didn't get the SBA. They didn't get none of that. The businesses won, bro. It's the individuals that lost.
But like, yo, like this is what I'm saying.
The gap between the rich and the poor.
When the value of the dollar goes down, everybody hurts.
You don't think that was part of the COVID plan?
The value of the euro went down too.
The value of the dollar going down, printing
But,
all that money.
but explain that to me. Playing for who?
What do you mean? The breaking of the dollar?
But playing for who?
What's the point? If you destroy the dollar, what happens? Everything is run on a system, right? So everything is trackable. You just think about a system that's trackable.
But this is what I meant in the beginning of this when I told you guys like this is like the fall of the Roman Empire. Like when you tell me like
we falling. We are falling.
But when you tell me that was the plan,
look at our leader.
When you tell me that was the plan, I'm gonna tell you who's playing.
You know the secret society.
If Putin and Joe Biden fought, who you think would win in a fight?
You said what?
If Putin and Joe Biden was a fight right now in a fight, like in a ring, who you think is taking it?
Why would they fight?
No, I'm asking you, who you think taking it? Who you think taking it?
Like Putin would.
Exactly.
And you go like the only person who would probably stand up with Putin is Obama. Like Putin would slam Trump, son.
You watch Obama up too. I know with you.
No. Obama could probably hold his own. But Putin would watch him too. Like I said, Obama would hold his own, but Putin would watch him too.
Obama make it around 3.
I get it. Probably. But Putin does this, son. Like
ducking and weaving. He does it.
But playing for who? Like if you tell me it was Russia's plan, then I'll sit down and listen.
Yeah, the only politician I see.
But if you tell me like, oh, it was the plan of the ruling class, then I'm like, why would they destroy their assets? Unless they were buying gold.
Unless they're trying to get.
Unless they're sitting on gold and they plan on just leaving this land and going somewhere else.
One thing I know that was cheap. Well, everything was cheap during the pandemic, but one thing that I know that was very, very cheap was commercial real estate. Because during that time, since businesses were closed, not a lot of commercial places was doing real good business. So commercial real estate was very cheap at that time.
True.
And
BlackRock pretty much bought most of it. So you can't. That's why I'm like, whose plan is it? Because it's like if the ruling class
did not lose. They did not lose during the pandemic. They did not.
No, they did not.
More money.
Businesses did not lose.
Way more.
Exactly.
While he's made billions of dollars.
Way more.
He bought our farmland. And then there's things called vertical farming that's going on at the same time. And you don't see that there's something else going on there.
No, but that's my thing though. Like if you tell me like
climate change is getting worse.
If you tell me that this is
flooded today, bro.
If you tell me like this is a conspiracy, it's like, why would Bill Gates take the economy to collect more of the money that's gonna be worth nothing?
I say it's even been a hot summer.
Maybe they got a plan that's bigger than money, bro. Because sometimes when we become rich, it's not about money anymore.
It's about the long game.
It's about power. Because think about it, most of their money is not even cash. They have to sell stocks in order to get the cash. It's never about the cash.
They mostly take loans, even about
sometimes when they so rich,
they take loans.
Half the fit I have on right now, I didn't pay for it. So, no, it's to. I'll give you an example, right? When you reach a certain place, like people want to associate themselves because of the influence or the power that you have. So they will do things to cater favor with you. You understand? So sometimes even giving you things or putting you in a certain place or putting you in certain places, and that's what it's all about for people that's like ultra rich. After a while, money means nothing because they have it. Money mostly means something to someone that doesn't have it. Mm-hmm. But when they have so much, it means nothing because everything is accessible. It's just like Kanye. He's like, yo, I could go anywhere. I don't live anywhere. Same thing. Things say Elon Musk. I don't have a house. I'm a nomad. I just go wherever. But it's not really that they go whatever. But if you're Elon Musk and I own a hotel, you walk in the front. I'm letting you into the penthouse for free because I'm like, yo, Elon Musk stayed at my penthouse. I let him in for free. Everybody can come. It's gonna make me bread in the long run. So it's like, yeah, they gave me a pair of pants. I wear it. It's like, yo, what type of pants are those? Like 5 people could buy a pair of pants that I got for free. So it's like you gotta think about it like that. Like they're not. It's not about money no more, bro.
Nah, but it's like. But I think before we look at all these conspiracies, like we actually like have to look at like what's actually going on. It's like it's not us, just us that's in trouble, son. Like it's not just us that's in trouble. It's like countries are like falling behind on their debt. Like
everybody.
Germany got an energy crisis. Like this war in Ukraine. Like Germany doesn't know like what it's gonna do this winter. Like they literally don't know. what they're gonna do.
Not selling gas to a lot of people.
Germany literally don't know what they're gonna do this winter. Like we don't have like we need to tap way more into our reserve. Like if we want to like sell them anything.
But they take the euro because the euro just went to the same value as
the dollar. That's what I'm saying. The euro's going down. The dollar's about to go down. It's like nobody's safe. Right. So it's like before we start saying like there's a plan, like we actually have to start looking at like what's actually going on and realize that nobody's up to the task.
But who knew Russia had that much power though?
What actual power does Russia have?
They just
they're purposely not selling gas to all those nations.
Not purposely, like we're literally banning. We are banning their oil.
We knew we was gonna get screwed over.
Yeah, like we are banning their oil. Like, and we knew, like Germany, France, they all knew they were gonna be in trouble, but they knew like they had to take a stance to what Putin did.
Why?
Because they are like the leading nations of the world.
Yeah, they're nations.
They are. So it's like they had to take a stand.
So it's a new world order.
Exactly.
So now they're gonna look for a reason to beef with him to all go to war with him now.
No, but at the end of the day, nobody's going to war, bro.
No, nobody.
We can't afford a nuclear war.
But listen.
We cannot afford a nuclear war.
America's using Ukraine as the grounds for the war. They're not gonna fight in their own backyard.
We can't afford a nuclear war. We can't afford a nuclear war. We just cannot.
They created a bad guy, man.
We just cannot.
They getting rid of gas to push electronic cars. That's the new business. Elon Musk is getting richer.
No, but we needed to invest in that like years ago.
No,
but
we did.
Money, but
we did.
The gas company got money in Washington that said no, we do not need to do that.
OPEC.
Which is why today we're in the position that we're in. We knew this 20 years ago. Like we got to move from this.
Hey.
Like we knew this 20 years ago.
The stock market kind of tells what's going on in the world. Gas is going down because electronic energy is going up. The stocks in terms of that's where everyone's
part of why inflation is so high is because gas costs so much, right?
Exactly, because they're trying to push the new world order of everyone pushing towards electronic, digital work. Digital cars,
but we're not ready.
Everything.
But we're not ready.
Well, digital is a on and off switch.
We're not ready, sir.
But that's a part of the new
But that's what's going on right now.
They have control now.
We're not ready.
Look, they just told us no one's getting gas.
You can order a car from
None of y'all getting gas.
You can order a car from Tesla right now. You're not gonna get it today.
Just like in Haiti right now, no one could get gas. Gas is only sold on the black market.
Yeah.
Just like a switch. It don't matter. They always had control. They just switching now. They want to control our online life.
No,
it's $10 American dollars.
Bro, I'll tell you the scariest thing was watching Will Smith driving in the car. It's like, I'm gonna pull you over. The cops need to pull you over. Like, oh nah, you can't beat that. Like, they can capture anyone they want now.
They show you the same thing in Fifth Element. They show you the same thing in every movie.
Yeah, because that's the new world order.
We knew
electric
this.
cars. They got Tesla speeding back and forth. Now they building Lucid. They building Milan. They got 2 new car companies.
We knew this years ago. Like Putin did not fall out of the sky.
And it makes sense.
Like they've been telling us for like what? I'm 30. I'm 31. They've been telling me for 31 years that Russia is a bad actor. For 31 years they've been telling me that. But yet everyone felt comfortable. Like, oh, we buy most of our oil from them, no problem. So as electric cars get popular, Putin realized.
You think that's gonna fix climate change?
It could have.
That's another goal.
It could have.
Finish your thought. I want
to as electric cars get popular, Putin realized like if this gets way popular, then I lose my leverage completely as far as selling gas. This is why, like, I gotta make a move now. Plus, it's like the same people that treated Putin like an enemy, like I said, they had no problem just completely relying on his oil. Like, even right now, the sanctions, they're not coming to the table trying to negotiate. Like, we put in sanctions on Russia because we're hoping that the people will get mad enough and overthrow him. That's literally what we're trying to do. We're hoping that, people from Russia will just get fed up that they're so hungry, that the economy's not doing good, that they overthrow the government.
They're not doing bad.
This is like the misconception right now. Like a lot of people are saying like, oh, the ruble is doing better than any, like because the ruble tanked and they are rising so fast, then they're doing better. than every other currency. But they're still not worth more than people. Like yesterday, somebody told me, he should have bought some ruble because it's worth more than the dollar. Like, come on, ruble's worth more than the dollar. Like, what world is that? Like Putin is hoping that one day there will be a world that actually exists.
Nah.
But that's not actually what's going on. Like, because it went to zero, like because it's rising back so fast. That's why they say it's performing better than any other currency. But it's not like it has more value.
We can't say it went down to to zero.
No, like
bro.
they didn't pay that debt. They defaulted on that debt, son. They didn't pay that debt. But that's what Putin. Like I said, Putin did this. He's trying to encourage somebody else to like join him, to say like, yo, we don't need to follow like this kind of financial institution. Like, we could do fine on our own. Like the next thing is gonna be him trying to get China to like attack Taiwan, to say Taiwan is ours, so that the United States can like try to do something about it.
So all of this because he don't want to pay his debt to the Federal Reserve?
Not that he doesn't want to pay his debt to the Federal. Like, he wants to like impose his power. Like, he wants to have a say. He wants to get,
because they did not let him into the United Nations.
They have a seat in the United Nations. Like, but pretty much like what he's saying, like it's what I pretty much explained. It's like when the United States does something, everybody else just has to be quiet and accept it.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when they attacked Ukraine's ambassador to the United Nations, that's what he was saying. He was like, if this body like has any respect, we should tell Russia's ambassador to leave the room. But they didn't do that. But Ukraine's ambassador to the UN, that's what he was saying, like the night that Putin attacked. When they had a meeting at the UN, he was like, if this body got any respect, like we should tell Russia's ambassador to leave. Like he should not be part of this. But they didn't do that. But it's just like Putin is just like, yo, NATO is coming further and further into his territory. He's saying like, yo, like y'all should back up. Like I feel threatened. But he just feel like, yo, you feel like you could do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
He's not in NATO. He's not part of NATO.
Yeah, he's not part of NATO. Like, he don't want NATO anywhere, and he does not want Russia to be part of NATO. He does not want NATO anywhere near his borders. And NATO is just getting closer and closer to their borders. Like, this whole thing is to make sure that Ukraine never joins NATO. Like, that's the pact that he wanted.
But are we talking about the Warsaw Pact?
No, yeah, pretty much. But Ukraine never really wanted to make that commitment. But apparently, like, as of the other day, though, they were willing to make it, though.
What,
but
to join NATO?
To say that they're willing to say that they're willing to, like, put on paper that they will never join NATO.
That's all he says, she say, man.
So that'll stop the war?
Who knows at this point, bro?
Like, it don't mean nothing. It's just he said, she said.
Like I said,
I follow the stock.
I wish I was in the room
2008 till now.
when Putin made the decision to attack, because like never in a million years, like, bruh, he can't afford it.
It's a plan.
Like, he literally can't afford it. Like, nobody could afford to go to war right now.
So he's basically pulling a Hitler.
Pretty much, he's saying like, F it, like, you know, like I'm just
what's that thing when they
doing whatever. It's not just us. Like I said, it's not just us that are hurting
him. Somebody has to be borrowing him the money, just like America's borrowing the money to Ukraine.
Right now, China is not condemning. China and India are not condemning Russia.
But someone is still borrowing them the money to go to war.
No, that's what I'm saying. China and India is doing business. Like, that's why I said the ruble is rising back, because China and India is doing business with Russia. They're buying Russian oil. They're sending stuff to Russia for Russia to buy. So, like, that's the theory that I told you Russia is trying to test. Like, show China and India, like, we could survive if we do this between us.
Okay.
Like, then we don't just have to operate using, like, American dollars. Right now, everything is operated under American dollars. So this is where Putin is tested. Like, this is why I'm saying, it's like, when people are saying, like, oh, like, they're trying to, like, overthrow this, then I'm like, then are they working with the Russian government? But if you tell me that, then I'll believe you.
But if you got India, China, and Russia,
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a
lot of GDP right there, bro.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people.
And eventually you'll get.
That's a lot of people. Like I said, like I was having the argument with my brother today. Like my brother was telling me, like China don't need us. Like, bro, most of their GDP is stuff that they sell from that we buy from them. So it's like they can't survive without selling us things. Like they cannot.
They're the factory.
Yeah, they cannot survive without selling us things. Man. So it's like I don't see the day that China is just gonna go up and say like, okay, yeah, we don't need the U.S. Like but it's interesting to see like what's gonna go on with Taiwan. Like we should we should really research right now. What is the U.S. gonna do like with China, with Taiwan? Like if we don't resolve that and we let that situation go into like actual conflict,
I gotta say that's all politics is usual. They just talking. It's acting, man.
It's all about America going into Japan and going into the Philippines, going into Vietnam. You know,
that's just but it's like those places are not making semiconductors. Like semiconductors are like pretty much like in everything.
Today? Or are you talking about in the past?
In the past, they went into those countries.
Yeah, like it's like.
But they still got grasp in them right now. They still got.
They still have bases. Yeah. They still have bases in these countries right now. You know? even Afghanistan, like when most of the troops left, we still have bases in those countries, huh? We don't ever leave.
It's good to always have a spot.
Like, which is like all part of
that's
the problem.
That's like a spot in every island you want, man. You gotta have your people.
Destiny. They think God gave them that right.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the ideology that America was created upon. Manifest destiny.
I gotta tell you, you shouldn't worry about the he say, she say, man. Let's look at, like you said, it's the economy, it's the stock market, it's all about the dollars, you know.
Nah, but at this point, I don't see anything saving it.
The stock market?
Yeah, I don't see anything saving it, bro. What's about to go down the next 6 months?
All things that go
after
down.
That, I don't, like, normally the market crash, the Fed comes in, quantitative easing, they start putting money into the market. You know, like, they inflate the bubble.
Look what they did for 2008 crash. It took a little while, but literally from like 2016 to 2020, the stock market was rising. But
like, the Fed took us here, though. The Fed took us here. Like,
they always gonna take
this is their dough.
You're talking about that hike that they did?
The Federal Reserve, like, they put us here. So, like, they don't have a response for it. Like,
10 years.
That's why, like, they tell you, like, inflation is going high. Like, you remember I came here 3 months ago and I was like, we don't need to worry about inflation. I really thought it was going to be transitory. The Fed made the same mistake I made. The problem with that is that I could afford to make that mistake. Like, I run a laundromat on Church Avenue. The Fed get paid to be ahead of the decisions. And they got behind the market. They kept pumping the money into the market when they shouldn't have been. Like I said, they should have raised interest rate. That's why I'm like, when people are telling me Trump need to come back, blah, blah, blah. When the Fed was trying to raise interest rate, Trump was on the front lawn saying, we don't need to do that.
Because that's how
and this is where we are right now, but nobody.
That's how they balance out. That's
when Obama came into office, didn't they do the same thing?
Yeah.
Pump the money.
But they needed to do that.
They always
and then they kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it.
Before they needed to do it, but now they did it. Now in Trump's era, it's a problem.
No,
it's the same thing,
bruh.
Why is it the same thing? Just take off the faces, stop looking at the faces.
Son, you see, like you can't, like you're talking partisan politics right now, bro.
No, I'm talking.
I'm talking.
The
president doesn't have anything to do with monetary policy. Like when Trump was at the front lawn telling the Fed do not raise rate. He should not have been doing that.
Yes, he does. He has something.
The president, no, but yes, he should not. The Federal Reserve is a separate entity. The Federal Reserve is a separate entity specifically because of that. The Federal Reserve is supposed to be ahead of the economy. Like the position we're in today, the we're not supposed to be in there because we're paying our tax dollars is paying the Federal Reserve to make sure this doesn't happen.
My thing is, why
it's like
Obama's time happened in
Trump's
time?
Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Obama, Trump, it doesn't matter. So when the market, when the market crashed during the housing crisis, the Fed needed to buy bonds in order to like secure the market. In 2018, when the market was about to crash, we didn't need to be pumping money into the market. We didn't need that.
In order for us to be here today,
we should have just
something happened yesterday. And I'm saying,
we're gonna crash.
what happened yesterday affects today. We didn't just get here
not
by
go from
getting the debt and everything.
This is
down.
completely what I'm saying.
Even
like,
in 2008.
I'm not just talking about in 2018. Like in 2014, the Fed was pumping money into the market. That was when Obama was president.
Yeah.
They should not have been doing that. They should not have been doing that.
We're saying the same thing.
Yes. No, but no, agree. No, but you're telling me as if like, oh, I'm protecting Obama. Like they needed to do it in 2008.
I'm just
but
saying,
that was it.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah, that was it. But even that bailout, we should not have bailed out Wall Street. We should not bailed out Main Street.
But then Wall Street gets bailed out again every other year?
Every time. But this is why I'm saying.
That's
like
what you're saying. During the pandemic, Wall Street shut down. I'm like, okay, they got bailed out again, like they always do.
But this is why I'm telling you that when you say that inflation is because of the last 2 years, like people love to use that just to say like, oh, inflation is because regular people got checks. So when I'm telling you, no, like the Fed been pumping money into the market for years.
So let me ask you a simple question. If it wasn't for the pandemic that was for the last 2 years, do you think things would be this bad right now?
No.
What you say?
It's the rubber band effect. You create debt, you get high prices. Now interest rates go up. High prices, eventually they gotta create debt to bring it back down. It's just how the economy works, up, down, down, bro.
But isn't it funny that the Fed been raising the interest rate for 4 months now? Inflation is still going up, bro.
That way they can keep
it's still going up.
Interest
so,
rates.
But interest rate keep going up, and economy crash.
Look what they doing. I was telling my mom this the other day. They're increasing all the prices. Now interest rate goes up. They're trying to promote people to save now. Everyone starts putting their money in the bank. That's the plan.
Save how? But you gotta eat, you gotta buy groceries.
How you saving when you don't have money to save, bro?
At the end of the day, you gotta follow whatever script that's playing in America. You know, whatever job that's hot right now, whatever job they're giving out, you take the job. But they're saying when you get the job, put your money in the bank, you get your interest. Everyone starts saving. Now no one's buying stuff anymore. Now what happens? They have to start bringing inflation down because they want people to start buying stuff. Interest rates goes away like it does every couple of years. There's no interest rates. Everyone takes their money out the savings and start buying stuff because they're like, well, I save. We ain't gonna get no money in the bank. I've been in the bank. I'm telling you, this is what they say.
This is the problem, though. I'm telling you.
It's the same loop of life.
Normally when you raise interest rate, it helps cap inflation. Right now it's not.
It is.
Like the Federal Reserve, the Fed chair, Jerome Powell was in Washington the other day saying like, you know, his aim is to slow down the economy.
You mean for everything to go down?
For it to start reversing. I'm not saying it's gonna drop. It's gonna start reversing. You're gonna start here and then
nobody's paying attention to the digital currencies that's going on, that's being promoted around the world.
And so on.
Crypto's crashing. Crypto's crashing, bro.
The NBA was sponsored by crypto.com.
You're not looking at the digital centralized banks that's going on right now in India. You know it's happening in Japan. It's happening everywhere. So you think you're not seeing that happening right?
And even that went up, and now it's going down.
I'm not talking about crypto. I'm talking about a centralized.
The banking system.
Yeah, the bank is actually doing that, implementing those.
But they're gonna start giving out coins. You talking about?
I'm talking about a digital currency. It's been talked about many times. It's going on right now around the world.
Well, but technically we all have them because most of our money is just on apps.
And they've gotten us
we move
used
them
to
around
it,
through apps.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
They just created more sources now. Kind of like, you know, when they put money into the economy, now they put in money
because
into crypto.
Most cryptocurrency is decentralized. It's not centralized.
True.
So the central banks are going to centralize this money when it comes into play. So.
And then make it legit to use it anywhere. So that's why so many people
and it's
was getting rich
programmable as
off
well.
of.
Just letting you know.
People were getting, my brother heavy into crypto because there's every time they make a new one, money rises. If you jump on it early, money rises. You take your money out, and you just hold your money there till they centralize it.
Pump and dump.
You could go
like,
easily from.
I don't know enough about crypto. Like, son, I got 1,500 into crypto. That's it, son. I got $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. I got $500 worth of Ethereum.
As like a
that's it, son.
Inflation.
I don't really trust anything else. Like, I don't see the value, son. I just don't see the value.
Nah, you will.
Like, I don't like, bruh. The only reason people are buying crypto right now, son, is because they think they're gonna make money on it. Exactly. Like, people are not buying crypto to use. It's like that's
anything in the world.
But
that's when buy a stock to make money.
That's when I see something growing in value.
Just like
it's when it grows in demand. Mm-hmm. Like right now, people are buying crypto to hoard it. And like, soon as the market tanks, like that's what crypto is tanking right now. Because when people need money, they're like, I can't hold the crypto no more. I gotta sell it because I need funds.
You're trying to divide it now. It's not crypto. The stock market is tanking. So it's not crypto.
Bro, how much is Bitcoin worth, huh?
It's worth 20-something thousand.
Exactly. From what? From 60,000.
Yeah, but where did it start before Trump? It started at 20,000. It got to 60 during the Trump era. Now it went back to 20. Like everything in life, it comes back, bro.
But the stock market lost the same amount of money. So you can't tell me the stock market is crashing, but crypto is not.
No, crypto is crashing.
Like it's
but to me, say it was just crypto. I'm saying
no. I'm not saying it's just crypto. I'm saying it doesn't have any value.
It has to.
I don't think it's gonna go back.
Everything that goes down must come out.
To me, it's gonna go. To me, it's gonna go down again.
Full circle.
To me, it's gonna go down again. Like, it's unfortunate to say. Like, I see Bitcoin getting to 10,000.
You're gonna
probably
what
even
were you
5.
saying too? So how come
probably even 5?
So did you see?
So what Dogecoin at right now?
Huh?
Dogecoin. What's it at?
Probably still at 14 cents.
Probably
still at 14 cents, 15 cents.
7.
Not, but exactly coming from like quarter of 1 cent to 14 cents. That's a lot of value still, though.
But listen, that's the thing. They all will go up, go down. It will never hit zero, bro. This Bitcoin is here to stay. Ethereum is here to stay. These things are here to stay. I'm telling you that maybe not all these other ones, these new fancy ones like Jen and blah, blah, blah. I don't know about those, but I can tell you there's currency.
You think they're going to put new laws in place to have more restrictions?
They're already trying to figure out how to do
that right now.
They're already trying. Like, why else would they do it? Because it will one day be real money. It will one day be the money you use.
The only way is going to
grow. You know what I predict? I say 2023, between 2023 and 2025 is where all that stuff is going to happen.
3 years, bro. Give it 3 years.
Watch for next year.
Give it 3 years.
Because
look, even in the NBA, you could buy a ticket with Dogecoin or something like that.
Not with Dogecoin. No.
It was one of them. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The cryptos.
Yeah.
You could buy an NBA ticket. They're real money, bro.
It's
value.
Follow what rich people are doing, son. Like, Saudi Arabia.
Talk about Elon Musk.
Saudi Arabia is like spreading. Saudi Arabia is spreading money around like crazy, and I'm not talking about Elon Musk money. Like, I'm talking about you want 20 billion to invest somewhere? Here it is. You want 45 billion? Here it is. Saudi Arabia is not buying no Bitcoin.
But their value less than
like the second, like they start putting like laws on the book for Bitcoins. Those institutions.
Saudi Arabia better
those
than
institutions.
America? Hold on.
Nah, but
so I don't care what the little man is doing.
Yeah, but that's the money you gotta follow, though. So
Saudi Arabia money?
Hell, because those people are like, when they invest, they're not investing 5,000. They're not investing 100 million. They're investing $3 billion. They invest. You want 40 billion?
No, they sound like gamblers.
Nah, but
maybe they know what they're doing.
They're sitting on like the walls. They're sitting on the walls.
Maybe they know where to invest.
Look, they're the leader in OPEC, son. They're the leader in OPEC, son. Like,
$1 billion.
This is like when people want to compare wealth, they tell you like oil money is like
we're gonna pass it.
It's a different kind of money. Like that's a different kind of money. Like that's not Bloomberg money. Like Bloomberg can't talk to these people, man. Like those people like buy Benzes by the dozens.
You can't
for no reason.
Time out.
For no reason.
You can't say a whole country versus one person. America versus South Arena. We got more money than them. So you can't talk about Bloomberg. That's one person versus a country.
But you gotta realize, like we don't have the same structure as they do. So
we got a better one.
Well, exactly. Like they could literally go into the reserve, take the money, and give it to whoever they want.
Yeah.
Like if Biden do that, then we'll be mobbing Washington. So literally.
So my last question:
get the hell out.
Who's ahead in the global market in terms of, is it America or South Arabia in terms of
it's America. Like I told you, we got the number. We got the number one GDP. Like 20 trillion.
I'm not listening to what
we got the number one GDP.
The little competition doing.
All right, gentlemen, we at that time. So closing thoughts.
We're just gonna stick with everything comes up and down. When you're up, keep your head down, be humble. When you're down, keep your head up, have faith, man. You'll be good. Life is great.
All right.
Yo, do your research. Follow what's going on. Buy some gold.
Facts.
That's pretty much like
gold stock is doing good.
Buy some gold, guys. Buy some gold. Gold is trading at what? About 1,500 an ounce right now. It's gonna go up. Like if the dollar do go down, that's the thing that's gonna keep going up and up.
Yeah, gold 50.
So like
85.
that's the time I'll tell you, like invest in some jewelry. If you could buy a gold watch, buy some gold stock, like whatever you could do, get into gold. But like I'm not a financial advisor though, so do your research. Like I said, do your research. But follow what's going on. Don't be oblivious.
Follow the market.
That's pretty much all I have to say, man.
Follow the plan.
My last thought is just follow the rich and see what they're doing. And I would say invest in land, especially when it comes to food.
True that.
In the near future.
Before they control what you eat.
And if you couldn't tell by the construction, we're in the KGB basement, the same basement where the guy made the Iron Man suit in the second And that's what they was doing in the background, making the third Iron Man suit.
You're gonna need some superheroes.
So that's why you heard all that noise.
In case you didn't know.
I'm the new Iron Man.
That would be something. You would do that, man. They were like, Tony, don't tell nobody. You would be like, man, I am Iron.
That would be funny, but man. So that's what was going on. I know you heard the language in the background. So shout out to all y'all for watching. Shout out to all y'all for supporting. Shout out to everybody that has helped us to get this far so far. Shout out to my guests for popping out, my co-hosts as usual. Shout out to y'all for watching. You want to close out with a prayer?
Heavenly Father, thank you for the day. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Help us to gain more knowledge and understanding, and help us to grow in you. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. So thank you for watching. Good night and God bless y'all.
God bless.
God bless.
It's the real word. It's the real word.